And in sports, Botswana Table Tennis Association wins International Tennis Federation CAT Development Award. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi says government has set aside 20 million pula to kickstart the construction of a hospital in Kasane in the 2023-2024 financial year. The hospital, which promises to be a state-of-the-art facility, is set to improve healthcare access and provision in the area. President Masisi was addressing a Khotla meeting in Kavimba this morning.
Botswana's national transitional development priorities continue to steer socio-economic development in the direction of progressive sustainability. Kavimba residents, who form a fraction of Chobe region's 28,000-plus population, have a lot to be excited and grateful about in the next financial year, given the envisioned construction of a multi-million pula hospital in Kasane, which will set the tone for improved access to health care in the district.
Mo ageng o tlango wa madio 2023-2024 go ntsheditswe madi a kana ka 20 million pula go simolodisa go agwa ga se patela se se na le malawa le 70 di patela tse ha ke sa go se dina le matlo a bodiredi ya ke re molai one a go no go ngora ka one so se patela se se shwa setla le tlhabologe ba tla ile se patela sentle la utlwe.
Grateful for several developments in their village, authorities also called for improved road infrastructure and also sought interventions for the human-wildlife conflict challenges.
Tsela ya Kachikau Parakarung 30 kilometers go tswa mo Kachikau go tsena go Parakarung e ne le gravel go semola mo satang go tsena go Parakarung gone go thomola pelo ka gore le lentswelele uwane la gravel ga le sa thola le bonala dikoloi di staka gone mo tseleng mo jaanong kopo e ne le gore tsela e harabolo go nna ntse re solofetswa gore nya re ta e dira mme nako kgolo keno
tla re ka di 16 tsa November e be le gore re bona gore a re ka wa da kontraka go tsweledisa ha tsela e ne emeteng go ya go tsena go Parakarungu ka gore ya sekontere ga itse re bone le madi mme tumelo ya me ke gore tsela ya ka dirwa jaaka ke bone e dirile go tswa ha ka tshika go aha o lebile sa tau e ka tshwarella go santse go batliwa tharabollo ya senala ruri
ya khota ya diphologolo phathegelo ya matshelo a batho diriwa le dijwalo ke gore dio tse di a re senyetsa mongano ga se gore ga di senya yana kana di tsa matshelo a batho yana o ithela ile gore le minyana la tele le le nyenyane
ne ra hela ile gore re nna le dipitso di ka nna bo di hita 10 mo mahelong a harologaneng be re nna le yone ya bohelo e ne re isore ka di 19 tsa October re tshotse report e na le di-recommendations se se itumedisang ke gore mo teng ga re bue ka compensation e se gore ta itogela mme ga re lebella ka ha re ka addressa mathata a kgotlang re lebelele re phuthulogile re se ka ra lebella hela gore ra go atsiwa madi a kotase.
This meeting is a part of a series of nationwide Khotla meetings President Masisi continues to undertake, purposed to nurture the essence of inclusion and consultation, which are critical to Botswana's democratic principles. Utsidile Ongabetsi, BTV News.
Still in Kavimba, President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi donated a bull to one of the farmers in the Chobe region, Mr. Chika Pwitego, with a mission to improve the quality of his breed and increase the cattle population. Mojadi Mugibelo reports.
Agriculture is one of the key economic sectors in the country, which President Masisi continued to improve as well as revitalize, with the bull donation drive being one of those initiatives in the forefront, which benefit Botswana at home, especially those in the field of farming. It was a blessed morning for Mr. Chika Pwitego, who received a bull amongst farmers in the Chobe region.
Ke mo yabela yana ke le mampudi wa tebelo pele ka gore ke letsa gore Motswana ya ka nna o eletsang selo a sena naso me a iteka ha ke kgonang teng ke kopile ka ke tsamaya kgosi mo go ba bangwe ke tse ke itsetse go ene ke monele a tlhatloge.
Mr. Putego appreciated the donation and assured to take of it.
Jaaka gale ha re to go lebala ka ha re tholang re kgaogana ka teng gongwe seabe sa me sa gampieno e tabe le gone go e amogela mo go ena taotona go bothokong re ta bona gore re dira jang le ba ga rona re je mmogo hela jalo.
Meanwhile, residents of Kavimba and surrounding areas add their concerns to the president.
Len body yar gore ke kope setshase ho ke beile etele ruo le ke le neilwe ke wena ile ke tshela ka lone hompieno le le ntshupa ke le motho ba re ke te ka certificate sa kgomo
ke eng mo bogompieno office ya ga khosie e santse ile ene hela go sena bodiredi jaaka go pehela go nang le dikgosi tsa merai
buang lewetseng ke kgang e motlho tla bona office ya go e phopoma e tlala e reng ha bangwe ba ka inela gore ke bo monnao ntleng ga mo re khona a ile gore la palalang re romele koko le le itebagantseng le kganya teng mme ha le simolla ka go dumela gore le tla amogela maduo
mme mo go yone thuo le tlotlo e re tabo re akaretsa dipuisanyo le mahatshe a ke tare le maphata a mangwe a puso go bona gore se se ka kgonegang mo kganyeng ya thulaganyo tsa mahudiso go a oketsa le go a babalela di ka tshwarwa ka tsela e ntseng jang.
Go leboga go menagane o thohaditse metsamao ya rona go crossa bordera re ya ka ko Namibia jaaka o re bona re le metse ya Mochobe re mo bordereng ka ga noka ka kwa ke Namibia just 2 kilometers across ke metse e bontsi re sikanang le one ha re le gone.
In other development projects expected in the Chobe region is the construction of public servants' houses, construction of road, construction of a 70-beds hospital in the 2023-2024 financial year, amongst others. Moja Timu Kibelo, BTV News.
The Vice President, also Member of Parliament for Boteti West, Mr. Slamba Tsohane, says the contract for the long-awaited Motopi-Makalamabedi Road has been awarded and the contractor is expected to start work soon. The Vice President said this during a series of Khotla meetings in Morao Mauto, Motopi and Makalamabedi, where he was updating residents about the voter registration exercise. Love More Mario.
Motopi Makalamabedi Road is a 50-kilometer gravel road. Residents of Motopi and Makalamabedi have long requested for this road to be tarred since it is not safe during rainy seasons. The Vice President, Mr. Slamba Tsohane, who is also the area Member of Parliament, said a contract has been awarded to a local company and construction is expected to start very soon.
Me kilitsi sijalo gore company isetse ithapilwe kana ga estate isetse ithapilwe go tla gore ya go simolla le inga gore ya no e hilwe tendera eo ya tsela ya lona ya Motopi Makalamabedi ora re tshimologo ya tsela itanna na gongwe le nngwe ngwe ka tsa ere ka mso mongwe kana bigeta go bona dikatakata di taha tsa company yone eo o ta go dira tsela ya rona ya Makalamabedi Motopi re sa bolo go iemela ka lobaka lo lutelele.
The Vice President also encouraged residents to register for voting for the general elections in 2024.
Bangwe ba te ba bue ba re na re thope ka gore go thopiwa bo semama ba go ja a re thope ka gore ga re bone mebereko kana ga re bone le thokola mebereko le ka tswa le teng mme tshwanelo ya gago e heta le thoko lengwe le lengwe le o ka le akanyang ka gore ga dilo di sa tsamaye sentle ga se le tubikana tsone dio tso di ngongore gantseo ga ka kwa thao di ngongore gela gope o di bona gope o tabo go sena yone puso yo ta ngongore ga ngore o ngongore gela gore ga ya dira sennanne le sennanne ya no ke ngwe ya dilo tse le gore ke le tsibuse ka bothokwa ya dithopo ba gaetso.
Some residents expressed a great delight about the increase of polling stations, and the council says.
Mo councilora yo ileng wa rona mo lehatsheng la rona la Motopi gore tere ha rena le matshwenye go ya ka ke na le matshwenye go yana botsa dijami re teraise go go ene
ya no tsone di tlhaloso tsone tsebo ke tsone tse re di lebogelang le lephata lone le la ise gore kana le ikemetse le na le dithata tsa lone mme ka go rialo ka go di ha dithata tsa lone ra leboga
mme jaaka re tabora go ikwadisa jaana mo parlamente ke ne ke akantse gore gongwe ba IEC ba tata ba ba akantse melao go gongwe bogolo jang yone ya maikwadiso ka gore gompieno re na le bana ba ile gore dingwaga tsa bone bangwe ba 18 mme ba go 18 ka lebaka mo re setse re ditse ikwadiso ba bangwe ba go 18 pele ga dithopo.
On other issues, the Vice President also appealed to the residents to take advantage of the new farming initiatives such as Temo Letlotlo to improve their livelihoods. Lovemore Mario, BTV News, Makalamabedi.
Voter registration for the 2024 general elections that was to start today has been postponed to 13th November until 8th December. This comes after the Umbrella for Democratic Change, UDC, on Tuesday filed an urgent petition at the Francistown High Court challenging that it be allowed to field its observers at registration points. The IEC revealed this morning that it is filing to appeal the order.
Kama swaibi maabane re na ra sivya ka dipampiri ke le khota la politiki la UDC dipampiri tse di supa gore ba faetsa application ko Francistown High Court mme ba re seba ka lunch maabane ka 5 maitsi wa ka re receive court order go lebe ga re nya irile ka bo 2 case e betsana ko High Court Francistown e bentsha order ya gore UDC kampo di agents tsa UDC di letelle go gore ba te ba monitore ba recorde maina le di oma tsa batho ba batla go register for the elections irile re sena go amogela ene order ra kopana re le IEC maabane bosigo ra lebella order ra bona gore order tare ba kena mathata ha re implement me ra decide gore re sutulose kampo re postpone ene voter registration ne tshwantse go simela gompieno phakela re gore te simela ka di 13 tsa November go ema ka di 8 tsa ga December
e molaetso mo gape o nka enela Batswana beso ke gore le lona go thale lenteng a le ko mahatse a mangwe kante le molahatse la rona la Botswana upa lona a seke a tsena ke tsabetsebe yepe a ipotsa dipotso tse dintsi go a thokagala ra itse re le Batswana gore tsamaiso ya rona ya dithopo e laolwa ke molao mme ebile makgotla a sepolotiki ka go harologana le Batswana ka bongwe ba na le tshwanelo ya gore ga gona le sengwe se se ba tshwenyang se ba hatha mo tsamaisong nngwe ba ye go makgotla tshekelong ba kope tharabollo e ba ka e kopang teng koo.
Botswana are implored to encourage the youth who are 18 years old and above to register to vote. The remarks were made by the Vice President, Mr. Slamba Tsohane, when addressing a Khotla meeting in Gumaga. Sabaitseng Tawuho.
In his just concluded Khotla meetings aimed at sensitizing Botswana to register to vote in his constituency, the Vice President appealed to the public to encourage eligible young people to register to vote so that they can exercise their right to vote in the 2024 general elections.
Wa gore re go le rutuetsa la itse gore dingwaga tsa go thopa ke 18 years go ya go godimo re rutuetseng bana ba rona re rutuetse bo monna rona re rutuetseng ba le gore ba taba ba digela dingwaga tse 18 mo kgweding ya November ba ikwadisetse dithopo ka gore go thopa ke tshwanelo ya Motswana mongwe le mongwe wa dingwaga tse 18 go ya godimo.
The Vice President also informed residents on some of the changes in the Boteti district.
Ya no ka re mo Boteti district makhansela ra ntseng a le teng kana di polling districts tse ntseng di le teng di ntse di le 18 go ntse go thopia makhansela ra ba le 18 go ya counseling ya rona nteng ga ba ithopetswe jaanong ba go nna 27 go ra gore re na le new polling districts kana new council wards di le 9 mo godimo ga 18 go ra gore di dira 27 di council wards ya no tsa rona ka 2024 ke ngwe ya dilo tse ile gore na ba IEC ba re le budisa ka tsone.
Some residents shared their views concerning the electoral system.
Lebogela gore di talama tsa maraka di tsewe di te go balelwa mo dikgaolong ke a lebogela eo
tsone tseo jaaka tsone tsa tsamaiso ya melawana a dithopo a di rekisiwe segautshwane mo boraikops
rona re le morahi ya gore re itse gore re na le tshwanelo ya go thopa ga ke go ikwadisa ka gore semama o batla gore ke mothope.
The Vice President also informed residents that the Vice President's office has appointed a permanent secretary due to increased responsibilities. Sebastian Tebogo, BTV News, Kumaga.
SADC's energy sector stakeholders are gathered in Gaborone on a 3-day Southern Africa Power Pool Market Energy Stakeholders and Market Roadshow. The roadshow seeks to engage and find sustainable ways to increase access to electricity in the region, as well as advance regional integration, purposed to promote trade in energy between countries to enable them to assist each other during emergencies. Wame Khasudi.
The SADC region is blessed with diverse energy resources ranging from solar to wind, hydro and gas. The Southern Africa Power Pool, SAP, in conjunction with two other SADC energy sector stakeholders, SADC Center for Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiencies, SACRI, and Regional Energy Regulators Association of Southern Africa, RERA, commit to transforming the SADC region into a competitive energy market and a provider of regional sustainable energy solution so as to promote regional integration and cooperation in power projects.
Really, facilitation of energy trading has become key to regional integration, and I believe a lot of countries have benefited quite a lot on this aspect. Also to promote regional cooperation in power projects, both generation and transmission. We listened when financial institutions indicated that what we were presenting to them were projects that were not bankable. As a result, a project advisory unit has been set up to ensure that we prepare projects to bankability. And we are happy that some of those projects have gone into implementation. For example, the Mozambique-Malawi interconnection.
The support should also be enhanced when it comes to landlocked countries such as Botswana, the oceanic member states, because of their geographic location. Because economically, it's understandable that countries with access to a sea may have more opportunities in terms of the trading and other facilities. Even for communication purposes, they have more advantage as compared to the landlocked and oceanic member states. So hence, it is critical that countries such as Botswana, with all its neighbors being Zambia, Namibia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, they are able to interconnect and be able to trade power smoothly.
Botswana also strives to increase access to electricity among its citizens.
Our plans is to have by 2030 30% renewable contribution, about 1 gigawatt of renewable energy, both being solar, PV, CSP, and wind. We don't have much wind in Botswana, but there are certain areas in the northern part of the country where we believe that we could actually have about 100 megawatts of wind.
Most other countries are interconnected through SAP regional transmission grid. SAP was poised to join countries that were left behind to effectively counter challenges facing the regional energy sector, which result in unplanned power outages. Wame Khasudi, BTV News, Gaborone.
The U.S. Ambassador to Botswana, Mr. Howard van Franken, has commended Riverside Private Hospital in Francistown for taking the lead in introducing and integrating the use of solar for the day-to-day operations of the hospital. The project was executed by Sustainable Energy Botswana, aimed at showcasing Botswana's strides in using renewable energy and its impact on the health sector. Bethany Mando.
From humble beginnings in 1988, as private practice hospital in Francistown, run by Dr. Mompati and his family, Riverside has grown in leaps and bounds, providing an array of special health care services to 24,000 patients annually. Growth is not only on the health sector, but the hospital has also jumped into the bandwagon for sustainable energy use, reducing dependency on conventional electric energy. These strides did not go unnoticed by the U.S. Embassy in Botswana.
President Biden has established helping to mitigate climate change and to avoid the worst impacts is one of our priorities for the United States overseas in general, in Africa in particular, and specifically in Botswana. Why is that? Well, we recognize that, that this is an enormous challenge for the world.
Dr. Mompati, who is the managing director of Riverside, says their vision to emerge as the trailblazer in integrating solar within healthcare services is driven by Botswana and UN call for the reduction of emissions by the year 2030 and also promote solar as an alternative energy source.
As the hospital has grown, we have found the need to align ourselves with the international and global direction of the comprehensive framework for sustainability as prescribed by United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. Our partnership with Sustainable Energy Botswana was a product of our conversations to achieve the goal of affordable and clean energy. As you can all appreciate, a healthcare facility uses incredible amounts of energy, electricity, etc. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. As the operational expenses escalated, Riverside Hospital management saw it fit to be part of the solar energy project to curb costs, encourage affordable, reliable and modern energy services while promoting renewable energy services and energy efficiency.
We're very proud to be working with the very first solar hospital in Botswana here at Riverside. So these sector movers for us are key because they send a message to the wider industry about the opportunity and, as you rightly say, give confidence to the fact that solar can play a part in securing and supplying a major part of your energy supply. We've been monitoring the system that was installed in here over the last 2 months, and I can say that we're on track to reduce the total energy consumption of this hospital by 63%.
With Botswana receiving a substantial amount of sun all year round, the hospital has tapped into a sustainable energy practice which will also go a long way in opening up opportunities to satisfy future energy needs. Bethany Mando, BTV News, Francistown.
Business Botswana says it is evaluating reforms needed to improve its private sector development strategy to better assist the growth of the small stock, tourism and horticulture sectors as the country moves towards becoming a high-income nation. Business Botswana shared this goal at the review and update of the private sector development strategy validation workshop held in Gaborone recently. Tsolofelo Tombale.
Small, micro and medium enterprises are seen as vital in growing any economy, with this sector even more important as the country aspires to transform from a medium to a high-income economy. Various strategies are being formulated to facilitate their growth, the latest being the Private Sector Development Strategy, spearheaded by Business Botswana, which is being reviewed. Consultations with the private sector are ongoing to establish the reforms that have worked and the support that is still required to grow small, micro and medium enterprises, in particular small stock production, tourism, and horticulture sectors.
Specific objective of this project is to strengthen small stock, tourism, and the horticultural sectors through interventions aiming at, or that are aimed at improving business linkages and partnerships and strengthening the business development market. As you can see, this is a way of preparing ourselves to enter the new era that is driven by the AFCFTA.
Business Botswana explained what kind of support they seek to provide SMMEs.
When we talk about institutional support and development, we are looking at some of these entities like Vulnerable Small Stock Federation, Bobohoko. We need to see how we can assist them to assist their members so that we have strong and functioning associations. And this project is working towards that.
The strategy has made some significant noteworthy achievements.
Over 100 SMEs were given capacity building interventions or support in areas of the various business performance areas such as quality, financial management and training, records keeping, organization, all the way to the use of technology in their organizations.
Business Botswana reassured the participants of the review, including small stock farmers, that their input will inform the next private sector development strategy they are creating. Solofela Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
Authentic and efficient leadership is deemed pivotal in enabling the church to effectively execute its mandate of molding the moral fabric of society, fundamental and safeguarding the peace that prevails in the country. This was highlighted by the Member of Parliament for Madinare, Mr. Mulebadzi, during the ordination of Archbishop Tshepiso Petrus at the Shepherds of God Church in Christ, Karabo Mulusi.
Registered in 2021, the Shepherds of God Church in Christ has demonstrated growth with 7 branches across the country. The ordination of Archbishop Petrus reaffirms the commitment of the Church in shaping the country where the nation thrives on principles of democracy, equality, and social justice.
John 10, verse 11. Yo le yena a itseng gore letsomane lone ke la gagwe yo re buang ka ene gore ene ha go le jalo le ha go kata tau ita ka tselentseng jang ga kita e tshabela ka nako tse tsothe wa go nna a ipaakanyeditse gore o ka lwantsha tse tsothe go se go lo kampo di bola yene go na le letsomane la gagwe le dikgosi tsothe di ta bona kgalalelo ya gago motaretwa kalina le lesha me motaretwa kalina le lesha le molomo wa ga Jehova o ta le go raya le molomo wa ga Jehova o ta le go raya le ne le re dina la bo amen.
The ordination was performed in full view of the congregation, distinguishing the value of transparency and consultation as Archbishop Petrus accepted the responsibility to lead the church with honesty and diligence in accordance with the law.
Ke leboga le yone phuthego ya modimo ga e bone go tshwanetse gore ke ka etelela pele modimo a re thuse gore le nna mo la hatshele la rona la Botswana re nne le seabe re le kereke ya the Shepherds go thusa puso go lwantsha diemo tsotlhe tse e kopaneng le tsone bakaulengwa ba rategang tse sa ka ke ya dikgona e le nosi. Amen.
You are in a position of influence. You therefore have to act wisely. Ka gore go thata go kopanya batho gore nne le tsomane la modimo le ntseng ya me go motho gore le phatalale ya no ba tote a go nela accountability ke gona gore go nne le boikarabelo ha go na le ha go tabang go kolekwa madi teng.
The church has been urged to develop programs that are attractive to the youth in pursuit of averting social ills and building resilient communities. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Madinare.
The long drought spell caused by extreme weather conditions compelled environmentalists to host Nghabe Farmers' Day with the aim of coming up with new strategies of farming to combat extreme weather conditions that have ravaged Nghabe, resulting in poor harvest. Anthony Tobogang.
The hot weather conditions in Ngamiland affecting the agricultural sector over the recent years has compelled environmentalists to gather farmers to come up with new strategies on how to go about the farming business despite these extreme temperatures.
The whole idea behind Nghabe Farmers' Day is to bring all the farmers by Ngamiland coming together so that we were motivated to do this climate change. Our climate change is constantly changing, so we need to engage our farmers so that they can adapt to the current climate changes.
Today we've brought an assortment of our Husqvarna range. We've also brought some of the competing brands that we have. Mainly we focus on water and water pumps and water solutions, but today we're bringing a bit more stuff because we feel that the agricultural field needs to see some of these things. So we brought some chainsaws. We have our auger and tiller here today.
One of the main objectives of this initiative is to link farmers with agricultural service providers and manufacturers, and to also encourage youth to venture into agriculture by availing service providers that can help start farming business to better their livelihoods and create employment for other youth.
The reason why we started this portfolio or this project or this practice is because we understand what pets call cats, dogs, so most of the time so we wanted to become part of the lifelong bonding with their pets. That's why we started this thing, so that we can become part of it. They're not feeling well.
My idea to achieve my dream. I once dreamt to be a farmer one day, but now I got the help of the YDF. So because
The Nghabe Farmers' Day is to be an annual event, and efforts are to try and lobby more of the locals to take part and share their views on that which can be done to mitigate extreme climate change which is adversely affecting farming in Botswana. Anthony Tobarang, BTV News, Maung.
The Botswana Musicians Union, BOMU President Mr. Fresh Lesokwane, implored local artists to strive to produce and compose music that can potentially thrive and have a competitive edge on the international stage. He stressed that this is imperative to grow the local music industry. Mr. Lesokwane echoed the sentiments during this year's BOMU Awards launch.
The creative industry is amongst those that have a potential of contributing to this nation's economy. For this very reason, different stakeholders within the sector are on feet to ensure that local creatives are of proper quality to penetrate the global market.
When they get into the music industry, they should record songs that can go into the global markets, international markets. That's how we can grow our music here.
It is a deliberate decision that we make sure that the creative sector in Botswana is grown, is facilitated, so that it can create employment for young Botswana. Those who are in music, the time has come for them to benefit from their trade.
We must call our music Botswana music, because this thing of us calling ourselves local musicians, local music, it's making us to think local.
Since the introduction of these awards a couple of years ago, slowly but surely its impact is being noticed.
We have engaged a producer from South Africa, somebody who is producing the Summer Awards. He has been producing the Summer Awards since 2017 up to 2023. So we got him on board to come and help us. We want this event, the Ronaldi Awards.
At this very event, nominees in different categories were revealed. Some of the artists who were nominated said the platforms give them encouragement that tomorrow will be better.
Been in this game for 10 years, you know what I mean? Not just as a DJ, I've been a rapper, I've been a YouTuber, I've done it all, you know what I'm saying? So for them to finally recognize me for something that I'm doing, it feels really good.
Being nominated for the second time in a row for the same category, I'm really honored, I'm happy, and my profile.
This year's Pomo Awards are scheduled to take place on the 16th of next month at Royal Area in Gaborone. BTV News, Gaborone.
Reflecting on 10 years of hosting the Mr. and Miss RADP pageant and fashion show Bubira edition, the District Council leadership says the initiative has positively impacted the local economy in addition to unlocking opportunities for the contestants. This was highlighted by the council chairman, Mr. Khomotso Mereki, at the 2023 installment of the pageant and fashion show held over the weekend in Bobonong. Karabo Mulusi.
The pageant does not only benefit the contestants but promotes national pride while showcasing the cultural attires and practices. Fashion designers, performing artists, decor and stage service providers also get a fair share of profits in their businesses.
So bana ba toka hits le mongwe go hitileng ke tswa go bona yo mongwe ko tshoko e leng goreng o ikagetse mme le a ikagela ka di process tsa di tsa mogwebong e na e dira through council mme ne le ene ra bonta wa rona ka kwana mo kgaolong.
Recognizing the sustainability and positive impact of the Mr. and Miss RADP Bubira edition on the local economy, sponsors have also come on board to assist in the growth of the program.
Mere ba hetsono ya gore ba khone gore le bone ba rutintswe ka tsa bogwebi ba khone gore ba tswe mo lehumeng le ba le mmogolone le bone re ka moso enne batho ba itshulelo go godimo e leng gore nka yone ba khona gore ba hetole matshelo a bone la ba la bone.
In this year's edition, Sharon Isaac and Johnson Moseki, both from Robelela, scooped the coveted titles of the 2023 Mr. and Miss RADP Bubira respectively. They walked away with 5,000 Pula prize monies, while the first and second runner-ups in both categories got 4,000 and 3,000 Pula each respectively.
Tota se tsela se setseng ke se re mona kwa gompieno ke a go se godisa ka go tsamaya ke a go dikgaisanong tse di hapele gore ke teka se se botoka se se hetang se. So se nka se buang ke gore a banana ke ba ra ke re ba tswe ko morago ka gore ke yone nako yo gore re change dilo ya ka tautona sa tso go tsamaya bua ka mindset change. So re tshwanetse re enne rona ba re etela le ha se mona kwa gompieno re tsamaya re rutuntshana re thusana botshelo ka gore botshelo gompieno bo dingalo.
Nka rotloetsa batho ba motso ha rona gore ba itsenye mo mananeong a puso ba ska inela hela kwa morago. So nna ke le mabonte ke tla ka go itsenya mo bathong ke bue le bona gore ba itsosolose. Title e tla ntswela mosola ka gore e tla ntlisetsa di opportunity tse dintsi tse leng gore ke tla di dirisa.
Hopes are now pinned on the winners as they continue with the race, preparing to represent the Bubira district at the National Mr. and Miss RADP pageant and fashion show slated for November 24th in Gaborone. Karabo Mulusi, BTV News, Bobonong.
It is time for sports with Ntabugang Simatlela Ntabu.
Khomozo.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. How are you?
Well, thank you.
Botswana tonight, sports news follows with me, Ntabugang Simatlela. Botswana Tennis Association has won an International Tennis Federation CAT Development Award for the best development programs in Southern Africa at the recent 50th Confederation of African Tennis Association annual general meeting held in Kenya. Every 3 months, ITF collects data of the development of players and clubs from which they will coordinate statistics to assess the countries that are doing well in order to acknowledge them.
The president of Botswana Tennis Association, Waitsi Thipe, says the award is a clear indication that their efforts to develop the sport did not go unnoticed, hence the recognition.
This award means a lot to the association because it's a collaborative effort between the parents, the coaches, the clubs, the sponsors, to make sure that we continue investing in tennis and there's continuity in players playing tournaments in our clubs at the National Tennis Center.
Thipe highlighted that the award will motivate them to continue to increase the popularity of tennis in all parts of the country, as their main aim is to identify and nurture tennis players and organize playing tennis at social, competitive and professional level.
The BTA has also, over the past few years, made sure that they continue investing in coaches. Each and every year we've made sure that we host at least 2 coaches courses to make sure that the coaching level is standard. The BTA has also increased the number of international tennis tournaments from 2022, where we had 4 tournaments. This year we've had 6 international tournaments.
BTA already have plans for 2024, as their objective is to ensure that tennis participation continues to rise.
We're going to have tennis festivals for under 10s. We're going to have tennis festivals in Maung, where we have a coach that is based there. We're going to have tennis festivals in Sarowe, Palape, Francistown. We're also going to have a high-level performance training camp for national team players in Francistown. In addition, we're going to have 2 coaching courses in Gaborone and in Francistown. All these activities will take place before the end of the year. That's how we're going to be wrapping up the year. Going forward to next year, we're going to increase our international tennis tournaments from 6 weeks to 10 weeks. We're going to have the pro events, which are normally called the $15,000 US pro tournaments. These tournaments would catapult our players from under 18 level to pro level.
This is not the first time BTA gets acknowledged for their efforts in developing the sport in the country. In 2020, the Confederation of African Tennis recognized BTA for being able to continue with their programs despite the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. Khomzo Sefako, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
VTM FC registered the second point of the 2023-2024 Botswana Premier League football season yesterday after playing to a nil-all draw with Township Rollers at Royal Area Stadium in Tlokweng.
Barely 3 days after their first loss of the season to Joining Galaxy, Popa desperately needed a good result to redeem themselves against the wounded VTM, who also lost their weekend game to Matebele. The Blues created many chances in the first half, but Bafana Badijabane's goalkeeper denied them the scoring opportunities until halftime break. After recess, both teams tried to break the deadlock but failed to convert. As a result, the match ended in a goalless draw.
We tried all what we think was right. Even manpower we changed, things were not on. But we're missing. Some of the hurried decision, unnecessary issues where we need somebody to be composed in the box. The keeper is here, you are here, you want to play it high. Just underneath, low, hard and low. Anyway, things are, we played a draw. Today we played last time we were beaten, today a draw. But it's very touching if you cannot put results against a team that is low in the log. You see, but without disrespecting them, we know they are going to do their life. They will fight for their life, and they did. 1 point to them is better than us dropping 2.
Let me start by appreciating this point. We are coming from a shaky start to our season, but trust me, I trust what we do as a team. We knew coming here, rollers, they will try to, the two natural fullbacks, they're not natural defenders. They are good in their secondary role, and we wanted to capitalize on that, hence the speed. We knew the other pair in the central defense without Simi, there will come someone who lack match readiness. We needed again to capitalize on that. The three midfielders, we knew they're just ball players, but they lack a ball winner in the midfield. We needed to go at them. The plan was to attack rollers because I knew the two fullbacks plus the centre back and the midfield, they won't sustain the pace will come at.
VTM's second loss of the season leaves them languishing at the bottom of the Botswana Premier League log standings with 2 points from 5 games. Innocent Morepedi's side, on the other hand, have collected 10 points from 5 games after winning 3 games, drawing 1 and losing 1 in the process. Ryan Khunyan, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Still, in Botswana Premier League games played this afternoon, Orapa United and Matebele FC's unbeaten run after Kevin Bingala's brace gave those stretches a 2-1 victory over Kuka Nzu at Dinaledi Football Academy in OD. Bon Mosia scored for Matebele. Meanwhile, Morupule Wanderers continued with a poor run after losing 1-0 against BDF 11 at the Palape Stadium. And in the just-ended game, Gaborone United registered a 1-0 victory over Sua Flamingos at the National Stadium. And lastly, the senior women national team head coach Mohambi Saulos says they have learned a lot from their defeat against Tanzania. The local ladies will take on Kenya in the 2024 Women Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers on the 27th of November. The mess lost a 3-0 in aggregate against Tanzania. They will now take on Banyana of South Africa, who defeated DR Congo by 3-1.
You cannot be happy with a loss. But looking forward, we have another game here, Kenya Olympic qualifiers. I believe we have a strong team to qualify for the AFCON and probably utilize the to more especially when it comes to finishing, because that's where we have a problem. Like the last pass, that was supposed to be the ball received the game, but we miss very clear cut chances still really converted.
From our sports desk, that was all we had for you this hour until we meet again tomorrow. Now back to my lady, Khomozo Mapani.
Thank you so much, Ntebo. Until we meet again tomorrow, have yourself a fantastic evening.
Thank you very much, my lady. Do have yourself a great night.
Thank you so much. That was Ntebo giving us the latest in sports. Let's take a final look at stories leading the way this evening. Government sets aside 20 million pula to kickstart the construction of a hospital in Kasane. Voter registration exercise postponed. And in sports, Botswana Table Tennis Association wins International Tennis Federation CAT Development Award. That's all that we had for you this evening. BTV News, Ikanyarona, hashtag BW Mindset Change. Are changing. Up next is the weather update.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather forecast. My name is Paul Victoria Hosiame. Let's start off by looking at rainfall amounts recorded this morning at 8 a.m. We have 34 millimeters at Ramotswa Police, 30 millimeters at Tlokweng Border Gate, 20 millimeters at Khabane Crops, and 14 millimeters at Lowanem Primary School. 13 millimeters at Oza Crop Production, 12 millimeters at Lobatsa Police, 10 millimeters at State House in Gaborone, as well as Gaborone Game Reserve. 8 millimeters at Tamaga Police, 6 millimeters at Khope Primary School, and 4 millimeters at Tatisiding Primary School. 3 millimeters at Jwaneng Met Station, 2 millimeters at Mogoditane Police, 1 millimeter at Swaneng Hill School. For tomorrow, we're expecting some cloudy conditions over the southern southeast Gauteng, southern central and northeast area, with possibilities of rain over at southern central and northeast. And for the remaining parts of Botswana, we're expecting some partly cloudy conditions with isolated thunder showers over Chobeng, Gamiland, Khanti, and Kalahad. In the morning, some mild temperatures over the southern parts as well as central and northeast, ranging between 12 to 15 degrees Celsius. And warm temperatures over Tani and Khanti of around 16 and 18 at Mawu. And hot temperatures of around 21 over Ngumare, Shakawe, and Kasane. In the afternoons, we're expecting some warm temperatures over the southern southeast Gauteng, southern central and northeast area, ranging between 27 to 30 degrees Celsius at Mahalape. For the remaining parts of Botswana, we're expecting some hot temperatures ranging between 33 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. The active fires, as shown by the red color, showing some active wildfires that continue to burn over some parts of Botswana. The fire danger index is showing dangerous to very dangerous conditions across much of the country. Therefore, the public is still advised to handle fire with caution. For Africa cities, we're expecting some partly cloudy conditions at Cape Town and Port Elizabeth, some possibilities of rain at Luanda and Antananarivo, and isolated thunder showers at Nairobi and Dar es Salaam, with highs of 27 at Dar es Salaam and 26 at Nairobi. For Northern Africa, we're expecting some isolated thunder showers at Monrovia with highs of 31, some possibilities of rain at Rabat, and some sunny skies at Tripoli, N'Djamena, Khartoum, and Addis Ababa, and some partly cloudy conditions at Cairo with highs of 32. That's the weather forecast. Have yourself a good night.
Welcome to beautiful Botswana, where the warmth of her people and wildlife is welcoming, where the vibrancy of her land echoes in the unforgettable voices of her people. Come and see Botswana in her splendor, a place to live, work, and invest. Botswana, our pride, your destination.
Botswana is widely known for its wildlife conservation management, and it has become famous for people interested in wildlife conservation. Photography is used as a medium for conservation awareness.